Despite all the latest leaks and rumors, it's not over yet for Xbox, guys. Let's look into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video I would like to talk about current state of Xbox, but also future of Xbox platform, because despite all that doom and gloom that is going on social media and YouTube and everywhere, I don't think that the future of Xbox is that bad. It's not as bad as some people seem to believe. And I'll show you some examples of like fake rumors basically that have been debunked already. And this is just to show you guys that don't believe everything that is online, right? I mean, you know, just going straight to the point, I'll talk about like two things, and then I'll talk about the future too. For example, you know, I'm not saying that there won't be any changes. There will be changes in Xbox Microsoft strategy, that's for sure. But for example, people started losing their minds because there was an advert made by GameStop, I think, where instead of Xbox Game Pass, they've put on that advert Microsoft Game Pass. And you know, hey, you know, I understand how it looked at first, and even I was like, oh, so are they changing the name of Game Pass? And obviously there were some other rumors that were linked to that, meaning that, you know, they wanted to kill Xbox brand, they wanted to rename it to Microsoft Gaming, not Xbox Gaming, and all that kind of stuff, right? And, you know, and this is how that works. Like, there's like tiny bit of small information here, and it just snowballs into this, oh, Xbox is doomed, right? And, you know, going back to the original info, right, that Microsoft Game Pass that was on the advert, that was made by GameStop by mistake, and it was already confirmed by Microsoft Xbox that they are not changing the name of the service, right? So, you know, you've got all that news, big news, that Microsoft is changing the name of Xbox to Microsoft Gaming, and that's all for nothing, all for nothing, because the source of this information was just like a small mistake on the part of GameStop. Another thing is, like, there was this news about Toys for Bob, so ABK, obviously, and which is part of ABK. And there's been news about layoffs, and well, I'm hearing that there's going to be even more layoffs in the future, but that's another subject for another video. And basically so articles were written that Toys for Bob is being shut down, like completely, as in they are getting rid of all developers and they will not be making any games basically, right, anymore. I mean, the whole studio is being shut down right now. I've seen a lot of articles like that. But if you actually go to the source of the, you know, to the source, the main source, and I think that was some tweets, I forgot who made these tweets, and you read the actual article, the original article, that other articles were based on it, right? And you read that, hey, yes, they are shutting down, but not the studio, but the office that the studio worked in, and they are moving these people to another location basically. And yes, there will be layoffs, so, you know, the team will be impacted by layoffs, and I think they said they actually got rid of like 70 or 80 people, so that's still a lot, right? That's a bad news anyway, but it's a team of like almost 200 people, so there's still 120 or 100 people left, you know, and they will be moved to another office. So from part of the studio being laid off and studio being basically relocated, all these articles were basically talking about a whole studio being shut down completely, right? So all I'm saying is that like a lot of these rumors and these leaks and these articles, sometimes they do get a little bit of truth in them, but they are blown out of proportion, and the end result of these articles sometimes is just like, hey, Xbox is done, they are not making any more games, they are not making any consoles, Microsoft is changing the name of the whole brand, Xbox is dead as a brand. And that's what you read and I read in these articles. But and to be honest with you, like, I don't expect anyone, like everyone really, to go and check the sources. Like, I do it for the most part because if I'm making a video on it, I better check the source because I don't really want to make a fool of myself. And to be honest with you, sometimes I report it on good sources and things changed anyway, but hey, not fault of my own really, I'm just reporting on certain things, but at least I do a basic research, if you know what I mean. But it's not, this video is not about me, it's about the information there, right? So we got to this point, and we obviously that's the current state of Xbox, right? Like, there's still no information on what's really going on. There's a lot of conflicting information. Some info is being shared by insiders, in quotes. And I'm sure that some of this information is true for sure, right? I'm not saying that it's not. And like, just the fact alone that Microsoft hasn't really addressed properly any of these rumors still means that, Microsoft, Xbox will be releasing a lot of these games probably on PlayStation, so they will be multi-platform. But also, like, for example, I've heard from good sources, like, for example, Nate the Hate, I think his name is. He's got podcast and that kind of stuff, and he's been right in the past on many things. And don't get me wrong, like I said, guys, this is just still what he's hearing, and things may change because, I don't like when people are calling out, I guess, let's call them good people, because sometimes they got things wrong. But you need to remember that sometimes things change. And for example, for years we've been like, not only myself, but a lot of Xbox channels were reporting on, how Microsoft about future plans for Microsoft and Xbox and everything. But that was all based on the available information, right? You don't really know what's behind the scene, what's going on behind the scenes. And sometimes with these insiders, like, things change, right? Like, plans change too. Doesn't necessarily mean that Phil Spencer has been lying to us for like 3 years. It's just, it may be a case, like some people report, that there is like internal struggle within the Microsoft organization, and there's like two groups fighting each other, and and we're probably going to find out which group won or is winning probably next week. So we'll see. So anyway, all I'm saying is that changes are coming, that's for sure. I'm sure that some of these games will be coming to Xbox, to PlayStation for sure. I don't necessarily think that all of them, and and not at the same time. It's just like, oh, here's all Xbox games for you guys. Sounds like Xbox Game Pass is not changing their name. That has been debunked already. So all these rumors about Microsoft rebranding the Xbox brand completely seems to be false too. Hey, my console, my Xbox console still works. All the services are running. I can access my digital games. So that's another thing, is like, people are panicking because apparently Microsoft will just shut down all the servers, right? And we won't be able to download our digital content. So that's another myth, another, probably lie, because I would imagine that even if they shut down Xbox as a console completely, they would probably still keep the service running for like very long time, because there would probably be lawsuits against Microsoft if they did, right? So like, at the moment, the way it looks like, there is a shift coming, that's for sure. And it's probably going to be big, like Starfield on PlayStation, or some other Xbox, Bethesda, or ABK games on PlayStation. Looks like that's going to be the thing, but I just don't think that we're talking about all the games. And like I said, I actually started talking about that Nate the Hate, and Nate the Hate actually says that what he's hearing is that Microsoft will be releasing a lot of games on PlayStation, that's for sure, especially service games, but it's not like they will release all of them, and some games will release on other platforms later, but obviously we lack details, so we just don't know which titles we're talking about here, what's the release kind of schedules for these games and that kind of stuff. Indiana Jones is apparently coming to PlayStation. I wouldn't be surprised if Blade is coming to PlayStation 2 and stuff, maybe even day one, who knows. So if I were to bet, and this is just what I think, right? Like, this is not any like official information, insider information, nothing like that. If I were to bet on what's going to happen in next couple of weeks, I bet that Xbox will announce that all Bethesda and ABK games will be available on PlayStation, and also selected Xbox Game Studios games may be coming to PlayStation 2. And good example would be Sea of Thieves, and actually that game actually makes sense because it's a service game, right? I guess a service game. Now I still don't know what would happen with games like Forza or Gears. I mean, Gears is a service game too. Halo, it's a service game too. So there will be some cases where some games may come, others probably not. But like I said, we will know more probably. Well, not probably, but looks like next week, because Microsoft did announce that they will be sharing more information on the, new strategy, I guess. And I mean, me personally, I'm not really that bothered about it. I was super surprised by it at first. I was like, no way they are doing it, right? But that's mainly because I was really convinced that they are still trying to build a platform, Xbox as a platform, and you still need console and these exclusive content to do that. But I mean, who knows? Maybe they don't really care about Xbox as a platform. They just want to have a service, and Xbox Game Pass and all other games going to be, or some games will be on other platforms. And so I guess, like, listen, one way or the other, they will be making money on it. It's just a matter of like, what's their priority. And it looks like console is not really, but that doesn't mean that there won't be any Xboxes anymore, because we know for a fact that new Xbox consoles are coming too. By the way, I've heard some crazy rumors about next-gen console, but you know what? I made a video about Xbox console yesterday, so I'll just shut up about it for now. And these are just some stupid probably rumors anyway. So I'll wait. We'll see if we get some more info on this and maybe some confirmation on some of this stuff. I don't want to speculate too much. A little bit of speculation is fine, but too much is actually too much too. So anyway, guys, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about it. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.